Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news as the 2025 NFL season comes to a close. There's a lot of chatter swirling around the Cleveland Browns, and trust me, Browns fans, the landscape is shifting in a way that could redefine our team's future for years to come. While the season might not have gone the way we all hoped, with a disappointing record of 4-13 or 5-12, the real story isn't just about wins and losses. It's about the potential changes looming on the horizon, especially concerning our front office, coaching staff, and the strategic moves that could set the Browns up for a serious comeback. And let's be honest, after some of the struggles over the last couple of seasons, we're all eager to see the team rise again, to reclaim our place as a powerhouse in the AFC North. Now, a lot of fans are wondering what's next for Kevin Stefanski. The head coach has been under a lot of pressure, especially with the team's ongoing quarterback saga and the struggles to find consistency on offense. But what's really interesting is the ongoing speculation about the Browns' general manager, Andrew Berry. Reports suggest that Berry is likely to stick around for another year, even with the team's recent record and the rocky deal with Deshaun Watson. It's a surprising development, considering the criticism he's faced, especially regarding the Watson contract, arguably one of the most controversial and costly in NFL history. Despite the Browns being 7-26 over the past 2 seasons, and with Watson's massive 5-year, $230 million guaranteed deal casting a long shadow over the franchise, Berry's job security appears to be solid. This isn't just speculation. Insiders like Jeremy Fowler from ESPN and Dan Graziano have indicated that Berry is on track to be retained for a 7th year. And honestly, it's not hard to see why. Berry has been through the ups and downs of this organization, from the early days of the rebuild to rejoining Cleveland after a stint with the Eagles, and navigating some of the toughest contractual messes the NFL has seen in recent years. But let's be clear, many fans and analysts believe that Berry has been more responsible for the current state of the Browns than Stefanski himself. That's a bold statement, but when you look at the Watson deal, which has turned into an albatross around the team's neck, it's hard not to point the finger at Berry for some of these high-stakes moves. Still, ownership led by Jimmy Haslam seems to be giving Berry the benefit of the doubt, possibly because he's seen as someone who can steer the ship out of these troubled waters. Remember, Haslam has a history of making quick decisions early in his tenure, but in recent years, he's been more cautious, perhaps learning from past mistakes. Both Berry and Stefanski have been in Cleveland since 2020, and both received extensions before the 2024 season. That's a sign that the organization still believes in their vision, even if recent results haven't been stellar. The question now is whether the Browns are willing to stick with their current leadership, or if they're ready to make a bold move to shake things up. And honestly, it's a tricky balance. You have a coach like Stefanski, a 2-time Coach of the Year, who's done well to develop offenses with limited quarterback talent. But the struggles with Watson have overshadowed those achievements, and that's where the doubts creep in. Speaking of Watson, the contract he signed has become a symbol of this entire regime's gamble. When the Browns acquired him, many believed he could be the franchise savior, but his struggles on the field, combined with a hefty price tag, have made that gamble look more like a sunk cost. The team's decision to fully guarantee Watson's contract, a move reportedly orchestrated by Berry, has been heavily scrutinized. Even owner Jimmy Haslam admitted earlier this year that the team made a mistake with Watson's deal, which is a rare acknowledgement from an owner about such a significant miscalculation. What's even more intriguing is the possibility that the Browns might be considering a coaching change, specifically, the potential for Stefanski to leave and be replaced by someone like Mike McDaniel, the Miami Dolphins' offensive mastermind. Now, this isn't just idle speculation. The league is buzzing about the possibility that if Stefanski is shown the door, the Browns might turn their attention to McDaniel, especially if the Dolphins decide to move on from him. McDaniel, at just 42, has been credited with transforming Miami's offense into one of the most dynamic in the league, and Browns fans know how much we need that kind of offensive spark. Interestingly, some reports suggest that Cleveland's interest in McDaniel would be more than just a casual flirtation. If Stefanski departs, the Browns might see McDaniel as a perfect fit, someone young, innovative, and capable of maximizing the talent we have, especially with Deshaun Watson hopefully regaining his form. It would be a bit of a shakeup, replacing a seasoned coach like Stefanski with a younger, offensive-minded guru known for his creative schemes. This move could be aimed at finally unlocking the full potential of Watson and the Browns' offense, which has struggled to find consistency and rhythm over the last 2 seasons. Now, it's worth noting that McDaniel isn't a certainty to leave Miami. The Dolphins are in a bit of a flux, with their own front office changes happening and a new GM set to come in. But the fact that the Browns are even considering this possibility tells us a lot about how desperate they might be to overhaul their offensive approach and re-energize the team. The AFC East is a tough division, but the Browns could be positioning themselves to make a splash, either by sticking with Stefanski, who has had success here before, or by making a bold move for McDaniel to bring a fresh perspective and a potent offense. What I find fascinating is how this potential coaching shuffle reflects the broader strategic moves the Browns are contemplating. After years of being stuck in mediocrity, Cleveland seems willing to take risks, whether that's sticking with Barry because they believe in his long-term vision or swinging for the fences with a coach like McDaniel. It's a gamble, but one that could pay off big if they get it right. The NFL is all about timing and the right fit, and right now, the Browns are at a crossroads, weighing the value of experience against innovation. And let's not forget these draft picks. Cleveland has started to identify some promising young talent, like Carson Schwessinger, Quinshon Judkins, and Harold Fannin, who have shown flashes of potential in their rookie seasons. The team's draft strategy this year, especially with an extra first and second round pick after moving out of the Travis Hunter slot, indicates they're trying to build for the future. The selection of defensive tackle Mason Graham at number 5 overall, who's ranked 34th among interior D-line players by Pro Football Focus, shows that the Browns are serious about beefing up their front and creating a formidable defense to complement whatever happens on offense. Despite the lack of wins, ownership might still believe that Barry can guide this team out of its current mess. The fact that he's been involved in Cleveland's rebuild since 2016, with a brief hiatus, and was brought back after the Dorsey era, shows a level of trust from the front office. And let's be honest, Browns fans, we've seen flashes of hope. The fact that Cleveland has made the playoffs twice under Barry and Stefanski's watch is no small feat, considering how tough this division is and how long it's been since the team was truly competitive. But the big question remains, will the Browns keep faith in their current leadership, or will they pull the trigger on a major overhaul? The upcoming offseason will be critical, whether they decide to stick with Stefanski, take a shot at McDaniel, or even explore other options like Robert Sale or Vance Joseph. The goal is clear: building a team that can finally contend consistently and bring a championship back to Cleveland. All this talk about coaching and front office decisions isn't happening in a vacuum. It's directly tied to how the team performs on the field next season. Fans are hungry for success. We want to see the Browns back in the playoffs, competing at the highest level. The potential change in coaching staff, combined with strategic drafts and player development, could be the spark that finally ignites that next Super Bowl run. Cleveland fans, I know we're all eager to see this team flourish again, to witness those electrifying moments that remind us why we love the Browns so much. And as we look ahead, one thing is for sure: this offseason will be filled with debates, rumors, and surprises. But no matter what, Browns fans will stay loyal, passionate, and ready to support our team through thick and thin. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, dreaming of brighter days, bigger wins, and finally, that elusive Super Bowl trophy coming home to Cleveland. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So Browns fans, what's your take on all this? Do you think Andrew Barry will be the right guy to steer us through these choppy waters? Are you hoping Stefanski stays, or are you ready for a fresh face to take over? Maybe you're intrigued by the idea of Mike McDaniel coming to Cleveland and transforming our offense into a juggernaut. Whatever your thoughts are, drop them in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our beloved team. Cleveland, let's keep the faith, because brighter days are ahead.